The following podcast contains adult themes and adult language. Listener discretion advised.
And although we joke, if you or someone you know is affected by or a victim of domestic violence, dial 1-800-799-7233 or visit the National Domestic Violence Hotline's website, thehotline.org.
But it's always the husband, it's always the husband, it's always the husband, I don't kill you, babe.
Hi, this is Sarah.
And this is Megan.
Oh, Megan, something happened. Your voice sounds like your balls finally dropped.
This is Jamie.
So, Jamie, you're here taking over for Megan because Megan, one, is traveling. Two, she's had an unfortunate event occur to her, so I will have her explain that when she comes back. Of course, you won't believe it, but it's true. So who knows when she'll be back next week, I'm sure. Hopefully, good to go.
Yeah, hopefully. It's good to be here, though, babe.
Yes, I'm sure. It's good to be downstairs and forced to do this by your wife. But thank you for filling in.
You bet. No, it's going to be fun.
So I tried to stick with our same October. I thought maybe I'll add a little ghostly stories where a husband kills his wife and then they haunt the poor unfortunate bastards who happen to live there or wherever they are for the rest of eternity with their screaming and yelling.
And not to give too much away, once again, a completely justified axe movie, if you ask me.
I don't know. This one might be. This might be the first one that is. Maybe. So I found this show on Amazon Prime. But before I get into that, I should say we had one Patreon named Julie Barton. So I wanted to thank her for joining. And eventually I'm going to sit down and get all the second round of stickers out. So I meant to do that this weekend.
Thanks, Julie. Sarah's been really busy.
Yeah. I've been really busy. But it's our break and I haven't been able to think. What did you do on this break? Something unusual.
Well, I went camping with my brother and my nephew, which was awesome. And on the way home, I got sucked into the pull of a puppy.
You did.
And went and picked up a new dog for the house here.
You did. So I've brought home 2 unexpected pets, and you've brought home 2 unexpected. So we're tied.
Yeah.
So what kind of puppy is it?
It's a solid black as night.
Yes.
Strangely how dark he is, but he's super cute. Labradoodle. Or lab mix, as I like to say, because I feel a little effeminate.
You feel gay.
I feel pretty,
that you like labradoodles?
Pretty gay.
That is. No, it's very cute, but there's
no, he's adorable. I've always had labs as a kid, and they're such great dogs. And every labradoodle, I love the happy doofus kind of dog.
And since you're gay, you like that added gay French twist of poodle, and that's the perfect animal. He doesn't seem to shed, but he has no name yet, so
Still
name to be
it.
determined.
Yeah.
It's a hard process coming up, but yeah. So there's just a surprise puppy that we've had. Other than that, I've not done too much while Megan's in Washington, D.C. on a tour with 300 kids.
Scratching at lesions and such.
Yeah. She is.
Pussing lesions.
Yeah. So anyway, like I said, so I try to get some ghost stories. So there's this series. It's not very, well, I don't know. It's called Haunted History. And you can watch it on Amazon Prime. And it seems to have the haunted history of the most haunted places in various states and places around the world. But we just watched one episode about Maine, because Maine is known to be so haunted, I'm sure. Well, it's old. There has to be good ghost stories.
I'm sure.
Like Savannah and all those. Yeah.
It's got those long winters, tough weather.
Yeah.
Tough land.
Stephen King lives there. So maybe that has something to do with it. Weird people. So Maine has this, of course, Maine would have lighthouses along the coast when drunken sailors come in with their hot pants.
Yeah, I thought about that right away, too.
Someone has to be there.
Arr, the precious cargo. The hot pants, sir. Aye, the hot pants.
So lighthouse lore, I guess lighthouses can be, as old as 1700s, maybe older here. I don't know. Maybe 1700s or longer.
Well, I think even like ancient Egypt had.
Well, I mean, in the USA.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure Egypt did. Didn't Alexandria have a lighthouse?
Yep.
Before all their records burned in the library.
That's right.
So they have to be pretty haunted. Lots of people have lived there. Lots of pretty crazy people who I would assume would go insane living on a lighthouse.
Yeah.
To talk about what they have to do. So
I don't know this. Do you believe in ghosts?
No.
Like, do you believe anything? There's any truth to it at all? Like
No,
watching those weirdos.
No.
Look right at the camera and lie or
No.
say their story. Do you think?
I think they either see something and really believe it, but it's just a coincidental thing that I think you want to, I don't know that. I mean, there are things that are, I've had friends say things that are super weird have happened where you think, is that something totally supernatural or?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's
I'm in the same boat. I mean, if something happened, it would change my mind. I wouldn't rule it out completely, but it seems.
Yeah, I mean, if like we started
ridiculous,
living poltergeist all of a
Yeah,
sudden,
yeah.
and we could fly across our kitchen on their asses, and that would be pretty awful. But I don't. I think just there's coincidences that happen. I don't know, and then it seems so odd.
I wouldn't mind if you got sucked into it.
Yeah, to a closet void. I think you would. So anyway, this lighthouse. So Maine, this show has several stories. You get kind of to the middle, and it's going to have this story about a haunted lighthouse. The first lighthouses, they said, were constructed in the 1700s, which I'm sure are still standing, while a house made in 2015 has broken. Every electronics is broken, and the windows are broken, and God, they're shitty. Kitty, God damn it. There's 3 pets in here. So it says in the 1700s, there are these lighthouses, and all but one are unmanned. So there's still some dick that would live in a lighthouse?
I'd do that. For sure.
You would live in a lighthouse? What else is there to do?
Well, you can axe murder you. For
I
one.
guess. I wouldn't live in the lighthouse.
No, I mean, I would. That would be right up my alley.
I guess it would. I guess.
But yeah, who was that one guy that
I don't know. What are they doing?
He's just sitting there year after year. What few more lighthouses going down?
Does he? I mean, is it lit with a wick still, or is it out of? Why would they have him? I guess
I don't get it either. To be honest.
Said the rest are obviously computer running.
They're Earls.
Because there's gears and all this shit, but they talk about the lenses or whatever. So you still need to have them, I guess, because sailors still use them, or they would crash and die, I guess is the point, and rip their boat of hot pants. So this island off of Maine is called Sequin, but it looks like Sequin, and I guess it's 3 miles offshore. So that's still a little too far to if you really go nuts. You could swim it, I guess. But they said it was isolated because during the winter it was really, really hard to get to during these years. So when you agreed to be a lighthouse keeper on this island, you're going to, like, for the winter months, you're going to just be there with nothing. Like, you
just
can't.
like The Shining.
Like,
right?
yeah, I
You're just
guess
going up
it
there
is
for
like The
whole
Shining.
winter. Yeah.
If you cut off and you don't even have a TV or cable like the Simpsons Shining. But I mean, what if you get hurt? There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
If you run out of food, what do you do? There's nothing. You eat snow, or I mean, what do you do? I guess whatever.
Well, they probably have 9,000 barrels of clam
guess.
chowder. Just crack the next one.
Of Dinty Moore.
You're in Maine, but you're still eating
Yes.
Dinty Moore clam chowder.
So I guess allegedly, they still said allegedly, which makes me think none of this is true. And I did, of course, look. But I guess one of the states, it says most notorious murders, which is also one of the dumbest murders I've ever heard, took place in the lighthouse on this Sequin Island. So it starts off by saying it's a story of isolation and insanity, which I believe would be true. I think you would just I guess
Oh,
a lot of people would
easily.
have their
Yeah.
families, but if you're looking at just the same thing in the 1700s where there is nothing to do.
Oh man, imagine running out of beer.
You'd run out. Yeah, how would you store? I guess you'd have to have big.
Just you and this pain in the ass wife.
You would for sure last 2 weeks. That's it. So there's this Dick telling the story. His name is Dick Philip Germain. So and it says he's president of the Friends of Sequin Lighthouse.
I know, I saw that.
Is he-
He's even rocking.
is he-
He's rocking that sweet white polo.
Yeah,
that
that's-
says Friends of the Sequin.
Is he president and only member?
He's gotta be.
Who else would join? What do they do? Do you have do you have fundraising?
Got yard signs up?
Yeah, I don't know. But he must take care of it or upkeep. Maybe. I don't know. So he's talking
Slandering
about
Philip every election.
Yes.
All these newcomers are coming in. They want this president in action.
Dick says, Jerry's a fucking asshole on his sign. Jerry's a goddamn drunk. Don't vote for Jerry. Vote for Dick. You want Dick all
That
over his signs.
Jermaine sucked my dick.
Oh, Dick Philip Germain. So he talks about, again, the rough waters. It's very difficult to get to and from. So if you have to get ashore, there are some times that you literally can't. So you're just stuck out there with your asshole family, just nonstop. But interestingly so, it said George Washington, that fucker, commissioned the construction in 1795.
Yeah.
Why would he go to Maine and do that? I mean, he just...
No, he just ordered it to be made.
Oh, well...
So it wasn't built for 20 years. So it was when he was president.
Yeah.
So, and then it was built, I think, in 1795. So I think he just ordered it.
So
it's
he
probably
just-
just one of them dumb things. You just,
Yeah.
okay, here's some funding.
Oh, we need
So
lighthouses
ships-
in these
yeah.
areas?
I'm sure they wanted people to trade with us, and they don't
I
want to
guess.
smash their ships on the rocks.
Because
Because you leave England and just look at your compass and go there that way, So you might. Yeah. You're looking for Savannah, looking for Savannah in South Carolina,
and you end up in Sequin
Maine.
Island,
Yeah,
Maine,
for sure.
after you drunk stale water for 6 weeks and pissed in a bucket that also you had in your room for 6 weeks. So it still, I guess, was not automated until 1985. So there were dicks living there this whole time. That's a long time
Yeah.
to be working, have people continually on this island doing
Yeah.
it. Because
You
this
could be listening to the cassette of Purple Rain and be in charge of waxing down a lens so ships
Yeah.
don't smash into your island.
That's a big pressure. That's a lot of pressure. So I guess it was has its original, and I looked, Fresnel lens, which is an invention from France, which has the greatest, I guess it has a range that it said 25 miles away can be seen. That's pretty impressive. But I did look up the Fresnel lens,
Hey,
and
so
it
did I.
was invented by a guy whose last name is Fresnel, but it said in 1819. So they wouldn't have used, so whatever they used before then, before they made it. But there was a guy named Buffoon. His last name was Buffoon. And he invented a similar lens before that, but it was
Sounds like it didn't work as well.
the Buffoon lens. But it was only for what do they call it? Burning glasses. So you used to it showed a picture. So it was where you just you use magnifying glasses to make a light and burn ants, like all those.
Yeah.
It was, you used to have a machine, like a metal thing with a burning lens, and everybody would have one. And I guess you could start fires in your yard or burn shit with it. And it was like a setup on a
weird.
stand.
Oh.
And so he created the Buffoon lens, was for the burning lens, and it would concentrate the lens really tiny. And then that was like in 1748.
Yeah.
So then Fresnel, I guess, invented his in 1819.
Yeah, I read that something I thought was kind of interesting. Fresnel won the award for this lens at something called the Grand Prix of Physics, and that was put on by Napoleon. So it's always weird to hear the contemporary things that are going on in the world. So there's Napoleon probably running that so he can come up with better weapons to kill people.
I'm sure he was,
or
and to
whatever.
look,
Yeah.
important, and
For sure.
or to have all the smartest people eventually work for him.
Yeah.
find out who they are and show him his tiny hands. So this lens, I guess, is still original. And they said back then it was worth thousands, which, Jesus, that's a lot for then in the early 1800s. But now it's worth millions, I guess. So what would you do with a Fresnel lens if you stole it? It's probably hard to...
It's got to be hard to dump.
Yeah. I have this great big lens. How big is it? Are they as big as a person?
Well, I assume that those video was actually real.
Yeah.
So that was like, it looked like it was a bit taller than him.
Yeah. Shit. Those are big.
So, yeah.
So they have to maintain this lens. And one of the things they had to do is just like constantly polishing it. And then the wick inside, they said...
Demanding job.
Yeah. Polishing your lens. The wick inside was 0.3 of an inch. And you had to keep it like at that and relight it all night. And where relight it at sunset, keep it going where you're checking it and relighting it, I guess, constantly through the night, and then douse it at sunrise. So that's what you did all night. And then you would have to do stuff during the day, I'm sure. What if you'd have to sleep? I guess during the day you'd have to sleep. I don't know. So anyway, during the lighthouse's first 50 years, this island life, I guess, was super shitty because it looks like it's just plains, grasses, whatever.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of tennis courts.
There's not a tree.
And malls. No, there's nothing. There's not even a tree to hang yourself. Like, what? You can't even do anything. Oh my God. And then long winters where you just probably can't even walk. You can't, think you'd have a shovel. You'd have to just shovel to the...
Oh, it's got to be freezing balls.
Yeah.
The wind just comes bucking. God.
You'd have to cut, I guess you'd have to have enough wood. I don't know. There's nothing to do. So they said the mid-1800s, some new asshole says, I'll take that job. And he just got married. And I'm sure his bride was like, terrific. Let's go test our marriage in this isolated place with the lighthouse. And then that scene. So this is where they start reenactments of like this couple from the 1800s in the show. Like before then, it was just Dick, the president, talking and some pictures, like videos of the lighthouse. But now it's showing, they never say the name. So that's why it's like, who knows if this is real? Because they never say the name of this guy or his wife.
Yeah.
So he's
the
like...
actors brought it to life, though.
Yeah, the actor guy is like inappropriately, did you see groping the woman? Right at the top of the lighthouse. Like they're standing up there, which I don't think...
You can't get a handful of ass from your wife?
Well, that just seems like a really precarious... At the top of the lighthouse on a ledge, and he's just groping your tits.
Well, he's trying to get some.
That's not what the scene
You live
is
in
about.
a lighthouse. Well,
she could have fallen off, and she had 1,400 layers on. But they didn't need to go that hardcore, I think, in the opening scene.
Yeah.
But maybe they were trying to portray that they were newlyweds and happy at the start.
Well, I don't think so, because she already had that 5-mile stare. Didn't she? Had her arms like straight down. He was like hugging her, squeezing her in, getting a handful of ass. And she's got the 5-mile stare and doesn't even lift an arm.
I think she was actually a blow-up doll. He just brought along a blow-up doll or a rigor mortis corpse, and he would say, "This is my wife, Kathy," and everyone said, "Yeah, Kathy." So he thinks he has this plan for their life. He's going to serve his time on the island, and then hopefully he's going to get a better assignment in the future, and they're going to go somewhere really cool where they can live in luxury with people.
I swear to God, baby, it's Miami Beach. Miami Beach next.
Yes, then Branson. We're going to Branson after this hellhole isolated island with nothing and this scary ass.
I'm gonna be the cart. I'm gonna be the cart guy at the Walmart in Branson, Missouri. Stick with me, baby. I'll make it.
So he hopes his wife can handle it. I'm sure they had a long discussion on what it would take beforehand. But of course, a few weeks, maybe a few months in, the intense boredom, the isolation, no one else to talk to. What do you talk about when you have to probably work on stuff together all day, maintaining the lighthouse? So I looked up what you would have to do. besides like maintaining the home itself, which living right by the water probably gets ripped apart by, salt and water and sand, and you're constantly redoing all this stuff. So there's light maintenance, but you have to keep the wick going. Like I said, from sunset to sunrise. You have to clean and lube all of the clockwork throughout the whole lighthouse, like up and down.
Yeah.
That's all the way on the whole thing.
Grease
Also,
me up.
it has the rotating lens. You have to paint the tower so sailors can tell it's a lighthouse. What are they going to think it is? Like a tall, dick-shaped poorhouse? They know it's a lighthouse. Why does it have to be painted constantly? But whatever. So they're constantly painting it. And then log keeping, which making a diary. The weather, all your observations, detailed day to day. I mean, that would be interesting to see as they get crazier and crazier what they're writing in there, because the beginning is probably just normal, and then it's you're seeing things, you're hallucinating,
it's about the nice
your hatred,
sunrise.
how you hate everything, you hate the seagulls.
Caught some fish.
One seagull is constantly bothering you, picking at your wang and your eyes when you go outside, calling you an asshole. So then you have to grow your own food. But food could be delivered once a month, depending where you are. And you never have a day off. And then you also have to respond if there is an emergency shipwreck. What is one person going to do?
Just scoop up hot pants.
I guess. Go to the rocks and risk your life. I don't know. I guess you have to respond. So they said things you could do were reading or looking for agates. Oh, God. So in 1852, there were 2 main rules they sent out that were fixed. You could not be intoxicated. Well, what do they expect? And then if the light was extinguished for any reason, you'd be fired. So you'd be fired for those 2 things, being drunk or the light being extinguished. Of course you'd have to be drunk. Who else? How could you do that? But then by 1858, so 6 years later, there were 87 pages of rules. 2 to 87. Who fucked up that bad in 6 years? Like Homer Simpson to go, like, how awful? 87 pages of rules in a log, like a Airbnb of all the rules. There were 131 tasks alone just to maintain the Fresnel lens every day.
I suppose if those lenses are that big of a deal, you got some dumbass who just, fucks up and
oh my God,
doesn't maintain it.
Well, that's stressful pressure too. So we have this young couple that have been there for a few weeks. They're so sick and tired of each other by now. They're doing the 131 tasks every day on just the lens. They're painting and repainting the goddamn lighthouse and house. So the strain of all this, eating
she was standing
Dinty
on a
Moore,
rock staring out at the sea.
Yeah.
Like that helicopter scene where the camera was going away.
She's already losing it and wishing for another husband, thinking, why did I marry so poorly? So the lightkeeper thought, gee, all right, I'm going to try to keep my wife from going totally insane. But hey, she told me once when she was a little kid, she liked playing the piano. Maybe I'll get her a piano. That seems like the hardest thing to get out to a lighthouse. What's the most difficult thing I can bring out here?
Well, did you hear Dick Phillip Germain's description of it? It was the most, like, I could tell the story needed some filler because in his interview, he starts describing what it would take to get a piano to the island. He goes, well, they probably ordered it from Boston and loaded it on a wagon.
Just loading it on the wagon is a Laurel and Hardy or a Three Stooges type thing.
Oh, for sure.
Falling on their back.
Every single, it's like a 3-minute thing. And then they got to unpack her and then lift it. Oxen would have pulled it up the hill to the lighthouse. And like, oxen? They brought oxen?
So you have to put it on. How much would this cost? To have it come from Boston to Maine on a cart.
Yeah.
And then you putting it onto a ship. You have to take the oxen and the cart with you, I'm sure. Go out to this lighthouse and somehow get a piano onto a cart from a ship and then delivered into the house. That's even hard enough. We got rid of our piano.
Say, baby, have you ever tried the fiddle?
Yeah. That's what like a flute?
Yeah.
So, I mean, a piano is the most ridiculous thing he could have said. Like, I mean, my God, it would be like Laurel and Hardy did have a whole sketch of delivering a piano, but up a big set of stairs.
Oh.
And it kept falling down and like rolling over.
Remember moving that fucking piano in our house?
Yes, we had to cut it apart.
We had to get that's the way out. Yeah, going in was ridiculous too, though. We had 15 grown men. Everybody's pulling their backs. Literally, me and Brent, our backs went out. We get that thing up there.
Brent's back did go out for like a week. I felt bad.
Oh, it was brutal. Volunteering. What? And I'm talking about myself. What kind of asshole asks a friend to help move a piano? God. And Brent says yes.
We got it from Terry and Dave Thomas too. They finally get the goddamn piano there, and she says, like, well, I just know how to play the piano only from sheet music. I can't just sit down and play it. Like, I don't have any songs memorized.
You can't fiddle around a little bit, bitch?
Like, carried it into the house on my back.
Can you do some Camptown races? Jesus Christ.
Just try it. So then the woman says, well, okay, but the piano comes with thankfully, they throw in one piece of sheet music. And there's one song, and it's the Benny Hill theme song.
I was gonna say "Bird is the Word" from Family Guy.
The Bird is the Word and the Benny Hill theme song. The only two songs that come.
It's Benny Hill. Bird is the Word. Then they come back to Benny Hill at the end. It's like a fish show.
So she learns it. She works super hard to learn the song. So she's playing the Benny Hill theme song, turning into Bird is the Word, 18 hours a day.
Well, the thing is, she stops playing to scream at him about how bad he's fucking up all his jobs. And then as soon as he goes back to working, she starts railing the Benny Hill theme song.
She's like,
everything he's doing, he plays the Benny Hill song.
He's trying to paint the lighthouse appropriately, and he just hears the Benny Hill theme song the whole time, taking his confidence. They're trying to have sex, and she plays the Benny Hill theme song the whole time. And he says, "I can't concentrate when you do that." So she
whistles it when they're banging.
Everyone's heard the Bird is the Word. So it becomes, she's playing it over and over and over. And as you can imagine, hearing anything, the Benny Hill theme song, over and over and over and over and over and over. And that's all you're hearing every single day. I guess it became her obsession. So there's a scene where the wife is playing, and I guess what she's really playing is Moonlight Sonata, which again would get really annoying too, over and over again. But he comes in, and the husband's wearing just a polo, and she's in 1800s garb. And he says, for the love of God, just can you learn another song? Anything.
Well, I was thinking, what's funny about this scene is like, so this is obviously a person who's close to murdering someone.
Yes.
And he comes in and he sits down. His wife's playing. He sits down, and his voice is about this loud. Well, geez. Honey, I mean, you got to stop playing. And then the music overtakes what the actual dialogue is. And the only scene of any kind of drama is like he stands up and slams his hand down and like storms off. And he kind of storms off.
Yeah, and she's just completely ignoring him playing the same song again and again and again. So he tried to reason with her and say, Christ, just anything else, or just take a 2-week break. Stop playing, please.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the good old days when you could rough her up a little bit. You're pointing through.
just slam something down on her fingers. Just break them for 6 weeks. So you can't.
You don't even got to break them. It's about the message.
Jesus. She would learn to play with her toes. So she's playing. He's wearing his, she tells him, fuck you, pretty much, and keeps playing it. So the husband is obviously slowly going insane as he's hearing the same song over and over. And he's trying to do all of his jobs, and his goddamn wife, who's probably not helping with anything now or doing anything, because she's playing the piano nonstop over and over and over and over. So I guess what he does one night as she's playing, he probably had to make his own sandwich.
Well, this scene, the scene that where like where she's kind of like stepping fully over into the realm of insanity is funny. Like it literally almost looks like a porno, like soft, some kind of like soft porn, because she's like she'd be sitting on top, you know, her head's kind of whipping back and forth, and she's like it's meant to symbolize that she's just, you know, fully insane now.
Yeah.
With regarding playing this song. And but it was strangely erotic, just out of place in this whole reenactment. It was just like her hair's all tousled.
She's gone completely nuts. I guess just playing the song over and over again.
I masturbated.
Yeah, I think you must have. It took a while. She
with the tweezers.
Yes, you would have had to. The husband just can't take it anymore because he can't. And there's many options he would have had, I think.
Well, I mean, if you can get a piano delivered, you think you could get some more music delivered?
Yeah, you could get some. Yeah, he could have got. Let's just have someone bring out some songs with the next groceries,
or even just destroy the piano.
Yes, that's what I thought. He could just break the piano or just open it up and take a few of the things so one key doesn't work. She wouldn't want to play it again.
Or, hey, babe, I'm starting tonight's fire with your music sheet here.
She would have
now
had
what are you going to do?
Sure.
Better get going on that Camptown races there, bitch.
Yes. Or Pussy Control. She just plays that over and over. He might like that one. So instead of break the piano, get more music, get a violin, or get books. Just say we're gonna have some books come out where you can read outside, and that way it's a little bit quiet.
Go build a nice snow fort.
Yeah. He decides he's gonna bring the axe in the house, and he kills her. And I guess he chopped up the piano too, because it said something like the piano shoot her whatever. The piano pieces, but they just show him creeping up behind her as she's insane playing her music, and he just buries it right in her head and she falls to the ground. And then I guess he chopped up the piano, and it said then that he also took himself out. I don't know how, but it says bodies were found weeks later. Well, I guess they would be, but wouldn't you notice right away that the lighthouse wouldn't be? You think I don't know.
No, think about those days. That's in the middle of nowhere. Who's out there in the middle of the Atlantic? He's 3 miles off the coast in the Atlantic Ocean.
But if it goes 25 miles out, it would go on land. Someone might notice. Oh, geez, at the old lighthouse place, there's not a light.
The fuck?
We better go check it out.
Kenny might have chopped his wife up.
He chopped it up and he ate her.
I was thinking, do you think he, like, in that last moment, he had any sanity left, and he's like, well, okay, maybe this is the last time she plays it. And he listens to the... What song did you say it was?
Benny Hill theme song.
Oh, yeah, the Benny Hill theme. Yeah. Okay. She's playing the fucking Benny Hill theme song. He's like, okay, I'll give her one more fucking shot. If this is the last time, so he stood there for like 2.5 minutes, waited till the end of it, and it wasn't even a break.
She goes to one like, and a two, and then
2, 3, 4. Just right back. She's right back in it. And that just snapped.
He just goes,
oh yeah. You could hear the snap in his neck.
You know, he just laughed.
Oh.
Maybe he did start a fire and just burn that music and just laugh like Mr. Burns and cackle, and then just went and jumped in the water or tried to take a peaceful swim for the first time, and he forgot to light the lighthouse thing, and he just washes up on the shore. He's like, I finally have peace. I can live alone in peace.
All his work just becomes perfect because he's not being critiqued at every little thing.
And then he slips and falls and dies just accidentally. So it said, due to limited records. Well, you'd think there would be records if that was their job to think. So, of course, there's no name. This couple was never there. But it said people die all the time on the job because, of course, one mishap, you have infection, you die. You have a toothache, you die. You fall and break your leg, you die. I mean, everything. So how it's haunted is, I guess, visitors
Get your nuts bit off by a badger.
Yes. And the visitors visit this island and they see the ghost of a woman walking. Maybe it's just me without a very good tan. and they think it's a ghost.
Yeah.
And then
Maybe
I
it's
guess
just Stevie Nicks walking through the fog.
Yeah.
All sexy, one titty
just,
hanging out.
yes, they
Just
say,
shooting
"Oh,
a
thank
video.
God, that
Just
apparition."
Stevie Nicks just shooting a video.
It was horrible. I saw a horrible figure with one boob out, and it was haunting and scary. I guess they hear ghostly piano music of the theme song far away, but there's, I'm sure, no piano. And then there's the ghostly man in 1800s clothes.
Up in the tower.
Yeah.
Washing
jerking.
down that Fresnel whatever lens.
Yeah, polishing his
Keeping it
lens,
clean.
as they say.
Yeah. At the end of the video, as it was coming to a close, I was thinking to myself, well, okay, so people report seeing these things. You can't find one person who said, "Hey, I saw that,"
Well,
or "I heard that." You know, it's just the only human that really commentates is fucking
Dick, the president.
Yeah, Dick Philip Germain.
Well, no, of course none of this happened. And I thought, I should have researched, like, is this lighthouse there actually haunted, or is it something dumb? I didn't watch any of the other parts on the show, so I didn't know how. The one after it looked like it was about some gangsters.
Yeah, there was a response. I didn't even go into the articles, but there is, I guess, a legend that this is haunted.
Oh.
It's one of the haunted lighthouses. So.
By, like, a husband killing his wife, or did they just
Didn't go into it.
Yeah, because there's not really any. If there's no
My 7
names,
minutes of research for tonight's episode didn't.
But I'm sure there's tons of, like, haunted tours and things all along the eastern coast due to, you know, how old things are and weird freaks. I heard they're freaks in the 1700s doing gross things. But we watched one 2 weeks ago or whatever too, where there's you could tell, like, everybody on this show just, I don't know, it was so ridiculous. And I thought, how do you go on? There's tons of paranormal shows where people tell these stories of them coming face to face with a ghost or something in their house, and they tell these whole stories with all these detail, but it just seems like, I don't know. I think
there's a moment in all of those shows. It's when those people are telling the story, and they're fucking weirdos. They're sitting there, all just, you can tell they're weirdos from the start. And then they have that moment where they tell the story, and they look at the camera, and they get a little kind of smile, like, meh, like that. You can tell they genuinely 100% believe it. And at that same moment, you can see they're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
They're crazy, and this is all bullshit.
Well, this last one,
you can see it in their face.
Yes. Said that she was walking up the stairs and a ghost grabbed her ankles, and her boyfriend was trying to pull her up the stairs, and they saw this ghost pulling the ghost. I mean, the ghost.
Wouldn't that be great if life was really like that?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be fucking just hilarious?
If everyone had some ass ghost in their house that was constantly attacking them.
Well, I mean, think
you would
about
have
history.
to really have
Think about
Ghostbusters.
the horrible things that have happened everywhere. Everywhere would be haunted.
Oh,
Imagine
God.
just, like,
if there were souls that would haunt, like Gettysburg, where you have 12,000 ghosts that are supposed to just, what do? Beat the shit out of you with ghost bayonets? But ghosts are supposed to be see-through and not grab you, right? How does a see-through thing grab you? Or just rape the shit out of you with your bayonet? How do people get raped by ghosts? We've had one like that. I mean, wouldn't you not be able to tell?
We've had one like that?
I mean, no, I mean, Megan and I did a show.
We had that threesome with the ghost.
You were sleeping.
You kept telling me to climb in the closet and watch.
Yes. Just, can you go? No. What makes you say that?
What ghost would you like to bang?
Of, like, a known ghost?
No, it just got to be somebody dead, I guess.
Oh.
What's sexy?
Sexy
see-through.
That's a good
translucent wiener. Would you like all up in that voluminous vag of yours?
Maybe. That's a good. I have to think about that. There's lots. I mean, there's lots of dead people.
Do you think about banging dead people?
No, but if I had to choose right now, maybe everyone I can think of now is gay. My gay show, they're all handsome. So I'm like, would they? I don't know. What about you? That's a good question. Burt Reynolds?
Possibly. Is Dolly Parton still alive?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I know. That'd be my first one for sure.
But she's supposed to be sick, but then she said she wasn't sick. Her sister said she was really sick. And like Dolly the next day said, I'm fine.
No, I fell in love with Dolly Parton at about 6 years old before I knew what sex was. I think best little whorehouse in Texas. One of the greatest cinematic masterpieces.
Burt
Reynolds, your man. Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, he was in that. I know.
And Dolly, although you never saw the jugs.
The best scene it came close.
She came running down the hallway once, and they were flopping all over, and that changed my life.
That turned you into a massive.
So I guess you know
pervert.
what I do. You know what I would do. If I had the opportunity to bang a ghost, I would say, well, I'm just going to wait till Dolly dies.
Do you want the old 85-year-old Dolly or Texas
I'm
Dolly?
hoping when you move on to the afterlife, you get to
You're in
choose
your best
life,
form.
or in your prime. You're in your prime, 28-year-old Dolly.
You probably are. Yeah.
Oh, man. Just a king-size bed, her and her guitar playing me tunes.
That would be nice. You would like that.
40 boner pills.
Yeah. 40. You would need a lot more than that. You'd need 40 cases.
Just Gatorade on tap.
No, I don't know. There has to be something to ghosts because, I don't know. People are intrigued by ghost stories no matter what. Ghost movies are always pretty good. I mean, there's how many of them? It's like ghost stories have been around forever and will continue to be around forever.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would be open to the idea,
but
to me, it seems a lot more likely that it's just related to just the mystery of everything. Death. This really just ends. I close my eyes one time finally, and then it's just over. I think people just kind of want that stuff.
And you want to see signs. That your loved one is there, I think, when, like the people are like, oh, there was a bird that landed and shit on my shoulder. That's my dad. You would like to think that's,
Oh, Dad used to always do that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'd fall asleep watching. I'd try to stay up for Saturday Night Live, but I never could do it. And I'd fall asleep on the couch, and then Dad would shit on my shoulder.
So now,
gotcha, fucker.
Now when the birds do it, you say, thanks, Dad. Yeah, mine too. I don't know. They're good. They're good, but I don't necessarily believe.
You should have. Obviously, you got some listeners now. If you believe in ghosts, come up. Hop on your Facebook website.
Yeah, if you have a good.
If you have a good actual experience, real story.
My friend,
that's interesting.
From work,
I'm not going to call you a liar.
Schwartz from work has a really good ghost story that's pretty convincing. Whatever, where it was like, man, there is some weird things maybe that do happen, but there was no other explanation for that call. Something. So who knows? Anyway.
Well, darling.
Thank you for filling in. That was just a quick one to get us through until Megan can get back and explain.
Our puppy is ready to
go to the bathroom.
Out of his crate and...
Yes, he is. Poor little guy. Maybe next time we'll have a name, maybe. But anyway, thank you for listening, and we'll be back hopefully with Megan soon. So, ta-ta. Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Adios.